paid supermodels vanished for 5 years. She refused to leave her house. Friends called, but she didn't answer. The fashion industry that made her famous moved on without explanation.
Few years to get going. I worked every day, but I didn't do genius things right from the beginning.
When Linda Evangelista finally broke her silence in 2021, the truth behind her disappearance shocked everyone who heard it.
My second cancer I found on my own, and I insisted I wanted imaging.
Evangelista became known for her willingness to transform her appearance. She changed her hair color and style frequently, earning the nickname the Chameleon. In 1988, she cut her hair into a short crop, a bold move that influenced fashion trends globally. The haircut appeared in hundreds of editorial spreads and became one of the most iconic looks in modeling history. Her most famous quote came in a 1990 interview with Vogue. When asked about her fee, Evangelista stated, "We don't wake up for less than $10,000 a day." The comment sparked immediate backlash. Critics called her arrogant and out of touch. Supporters argued she was stating market reality for top models. The quote became defining for better or worse, encapsulating the new power dynamic where models commanded unprecedented fees. Evangelista earned an estimated $5 million to $10 million annually during peak years in the 1990s. Her rates reflected demand from fashion houses willing to pay premium prices. She walked for every major designer, including Versace, Chanel, Prada, and Dolce & Gabbana. George Michael's 1990 music video for Freedom featured Evangelista alongside Naomi Campbell, Christy Turlington, Cindy Crawford, and Tatjana Patitz. By the 2000s, Evangelista had transitioned to selective work. She continued appearing in campaigns and editorial shoots, but no longer maintained the relentless schedule of her earlier career. In 2015, she appeared in advertisements and fashion shows. She attended industry events and maintained her status as a fashion icon. In August 2015, Evangelista underwent CoolSculpting treatments. CoolSculpting is a non-invasive cosmetic procedure that uses controlled cooling to freeze and eliminate fat cells. The FDA cleared the device for fat reduction in specific body areas. The procedure promised to reduce fat without surgery, anesthesia, or downtime. Marketing materials described it as safe and effective. Zeltic Aesthetics, the company that developed CoolSculpting, was later acquired by Allergan in 2017 for approximately $2.48 billion. Evangelista experienced a rare side effect called paradoxical adipose hyperplasia, known as PAH. Instead of reducing fat in the treated areas, the fat cells increased in size. The affected areas became visibly enlarged, hardened, and misshapen. PH occurs in approximately 1 in 4,000 CoolSculpting procedures according to medical studies. The condition does not resolve on its own and typically requires surgical intervention. Evangelista retreated from public life. She stopped accepting modeling work. She declined invitations to fashion events and industry gatherings. Friends and colleagues noticed her absence, but received no explanation. The fashion world speculated about her disappearance but had no concrete information. She remained largely hidden from September 2016 through 2021. In September 2021, Evangelista posted a statement on Instagram revealing what happened. She wrote, "Today, I took a big step towards righting a wrong that I have suffered and have kept to myself for over 5 years. To my followers who have wondered why I have not been working while my peers' careers have been thriving, the reason is that I was brutally disfigured by Zeltic's CoolSculpting Procedure, which did the opposite of what it promised." She continued, It increased, not decreased, my fat cells and left me permanently deformed even after undergoing 2 painful, unsuccessful corrective surgeries. I have been left, as the media has described, unrecognizable. She stated that PAH had destroyed her livelihood and sent her into a cycle of deep depression, profound sadness, and the lowest depths of self-loathing. Evangelista wrote, "In the process, I have become a recluse." She explained that she was filing a lawsuit against the company. She stated she was moving forward to rid herself of shame and reclaim her story. The post included a recent photograph showing her face, though it did not reveal the affected body areas. The revelation shocked the fashion industry and public. Major media outlets, including People, Vogue, and the New York Times, covered the story extensively. The disclosure sparked conversations about cosmetic procedure risks and the pressure models face to maintain their appearance. Many expressed support for Evangelista's courage in speaking publicly. In February 2022, Evangelista filed a lawsuit against Zeltic Aesthetics seeking $50 million in damages. The lawsuit alleged negligence, breach of contract, and failure to warn about the risk of PAH court documents, stated the procedure left her unable to work and caused severe emotional distress. The lawsuit claimed the company knew about the PAH risk but did not adequately warn patients. Legal filings described how the condition impacted every aspect of her life. She could no longer model, which had been her primary source of income for decades. The physical changes prevented her from wearing the fitted clothing required for fashion work. She experienced constant anxiety about her appearance in public. The lawsuit detailed the psychological toll, including depression and social isolation. In July 2022, media reports indicated Evangelista had reached a settlement with Zeltic Aesthetics. The terms of the settlement were not publicly disclosed. Both parties agreed to confidentiality provisions. Evangelista's lawyer declined to comment on the settlement amount. The case was dismissed following the agreement. Following her public revelation, Linda Evangelista slowly began returning to the fashion world. In February 2022, she appeared on the cover of People magazine, opening up about her condition for the first time in years. She spoke about the deep shame she felt, how long she hid from public life, and the pain of living with permanent damage. She told People, "I loved being up on the catwalk. Now I dread running into someone I know. I just couldn't live like this anymore." She explained that multiple corrective surgeries failed to fix the deformities caused by PAH. In September 2022, she appeared on the cover of British Vogue in a photo essay shot by longtime collaborator Stephen Meisel. Some images subtly revealed the affected areas through her clothing. In the interview, she said, "I'm not going to hide anymore," and discussed how the experience shattered her relationship with her appearance. Modeling had defined her for decades. Losing that identity felt like losing a part of herself. Her honesty drew widespread praise. In February 2023, Evangelista returned to the runway at Fendi's Milan Fashion Week show. Walking alongside fellow supermodels Naomi Campbell and Kate Moss. Wearing a fur coat that concealed most of her body, she made a brief but highly publicized appearance. Fashion media called it a triumphant moment, though it was clearly a carefully managed return rather than a full comeback. Evangelista's case brought global attention to the risks of cosmetic procedures. Experts noted that while CoolSculpting is usually considered safe, complications like PAH are poorly understood and have limited treatment options. Her story prompted conversations about informed consent and the lack of transparency in cosmetic marketing. The fashion industry largely supported her, praising her courage. Yet her story also sparked discussions about the extreme pressure on models to maintain a certain appearance. Evangelista's choice to share unedited photos of her condition was widely viewed as brave and helped many women with similar complications feel less alone. Despite her public return, her career never regained its former momentum. Physical changes limited the types of work she could take, requiring careful styling, posing, and editing. Her experience stands as a cautionary reminder that even safe cosmetic procedures carry real risks.